So the international fan reaction is back for this game. We've got 8 countries, 9 reactions. You're going to love it. Let's get stuck right into what the guys have to say about that victory, 2-0 for Wolves over Watford.
Hey Dave, David New York Wolves. Sorry for the close-up, but I'm at the US Open hoping to watch Emma emulate Wolves and win today. And it's really noisy, so I've got to stick the camera right by my face, which is very distressing for a lot of you, I'm sure. Anyway, Wolves off the mark, deservedly, finally getting the 3 points. Our streaming provider here was actually down for pretty much the entire first half, much to everyone's annoyance. So I only saw the last 6 minutes, the first half, and then all the second half. But from what I heard on Mikey Burrow's commentary and saw in the second half, it's business as usual, you know, dominating, much the better team, maybe a little bit less dominant the last 3 games, but we got the result this time. I really think those chances that Samido had are really summing up the season. You know, those have got to start going in, and once they do, then we'll be fine, because we're dangerous. We're looking pretty solid defensively for the most part, and dangerous going forward. We've just got to be taking those chances. But hey, you know, you probably could have predicted that the first goal of the season would have been an own goal, right? Just the way things are going, but we'll take it. And great to see Yi Chanwan get his first goal on his debut. So onward and upward. Hopefully the next 3 games are as good as this. Easier opposition, and they've just started yelling in my ear, so I'm going to go. See you later.
From Thailand, with a review of yesterday's first victory in the Premiership season after beating Watford 2-0. First half, I thought there was not much between the two sides. Sissoko had an effort which Jose Sarr pushed round, and also they had a cross where their forward king couldn't get toe ends onto it. But the other end, Trincao cut inside, beat 2 players from the edge of the box. Keeper saved, and then nearest down on half times, Semedo was played through and he should have scored, but the keeper saved it. Second half, we come out and we seem to step up a gear. To be honest, I think Jose Sarr was a virtual spectator in the second half because I don't think he had anything to do. Had a couple of chances, Raul headed over. Semedo put one wide and Trincao brought another save out of the keeper, but the goal came, albeit it was an own goal from a whipped-in cross by Marcel. And then the second one, the second goal, what a delightful little sort of like feint by Podence. Put the fella on the floor, chipped it at the back post, Marcel headed it, followed up by Wang. Performance-wise, I thought it was about an 8 out of 10. Played well. Man of the match, I'd give it. Trincao played well, but he was taken off. So, to be honest, I'd give it a Neves. And you got to love this attacking style that Bruno Lage has brought to us. Onwards and upwards to next week, guys. See you, bye.
Check this out. Check this out.
Big.
Woohoo!
It's really big.
This is Dinny here in Cork. Just saying up the Wolves. I didn't get to watch the match because I'm camping and hill walking with my buddy, best friend DJ. So just from the reports I read, I think the first half was pretty even, and I listened to it on Watford FC's website, their club website. They had radio commentary, and they were biased of course, but they were saying that it was pretty even the first half, but once that OG went in, Wolves kind of took over and showed their real quality, and Neves in particular, it said, played well. I watched the highlights this morning from my tent. Semedo should have scored a couple, shouldn't he? And Trincao looked good. I had Trincao tipped to score the first goal. I think he's going to be a gem. So that's me out. Say bye-bye, DJ.
Bye-bye.
Up the Wolves. Oh, I'm on my Stevie Bull. Look at this. Stevie Bull t-shirt. Stevie Bull. Woo!
Hi Dave, it's Adhil here, and after a long time we meet again, and today is a special day, our first win in Premier League this season, and against Watford 2-0, and the debut, he scored a very nice goal, and we are very happy. And today's match is about normal play. Our players are very also play Watford. Today's play is very normal. Comparing with the previous match against Manchester United, it's a big play, unlucky play, and today is our first win. We celebrate. Come on, boys, let's go.
Hello there, Christian Greece. So Watford 0, Wolves 2. I think that's about a fair result, and I think after the first 3 games where we outplayed other teams and still lost, I think about time we had a bit of luck today, first with the own goal. Semedo should have done better. I mean, we could have been walking away 4-0 from that game. I thought we were quite creative. I thought the second half we dominated the game a lot more. Man of the match for me, not sure. Maybe Neves for me. Very pleased with the result. I think we've got some fixtures coming up that hopefully we can get more points of and we can start climbing up the table. So, always Wolves.
Guys, Andy here from Montreux, Switzerland, above the lake with a glorious sunset behind me to match a fine win for our first win of the season. And I think the boys well and truly deserved it. They've played well in the last 3 games. Their passing's been good to watch, their movement going forward's been good to watch, and today was no exception. Even if the first goal was an own goal, you know, you put the opposition under enough pressure, you'll get goals one way or the other, and that's exactly what they did today. It was a pleasure to see the second goal go in from Huang, their new signing, and hopefully it's a sign of more to come. We had 3 very tough teams to play in the first 3 games of the season, and hopefully this and the next 4 or 5 will deliver more results and see us moving up the table.
Hey Dave, it's Aiden checking in here from Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. Just finished watching Wolves beat Watford 2-0. You know, good results. A little bit more of the same from the first 3 matches where we just looked very dynamic and potent going forward. But just didn't have that final bite until my man OG, that own goal came in again. I thought it was funny during the Euros how the own goal was the top scorer in the tournament, I believe. And yeah, it's just keep putting enough pressure on a team, and eventually they'll crumble, and eventually they'll have to stick a foot in or stick a head in where they don't feel comfortable, and there you go. So that kind of started us off, and then the new guy comes on, the new lad and from South Korea there, and he comes on, and I thought he was positive right when he came on. I thought he linked up really well, playing with Raul up there as well. So yeah, unfortunate not to see him on the score sheet today. I thought he could have done so with that diving header. I believe it was in the first half, might have been the second half. But yeah, no, good results. We're on the board now. Got a couple goals under our belts. Got 3 points under our belt. So hopefully we kick on from here. I know we got Norwich next, so that's another 3 points we really should be picking up. So hopefully we just kick on from here and start to find our finishing touch a little bit. And I'm pretty positive about the way things will go. So hopefully everybody's keeping safe, keeping well. Checking out from here in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. As you can see, the leaves and everything are starting to turn here as fall starts to set in. It is warm here right now, but you can see that the colors are starting to change in behind me here. So everybody keep well. Hopefully everybody's keeping safe, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hey Dave, Wolfman Jeff here on the porch in Alabama. Back from my Canadian trip and back for the international fan reactions. We had some problem with streaming here in the States, and wasn't able to watch the first half, so I watched the second half, so I can only comment on what I saw in the second half. At first it seemed a little slow. I never felt threatened by Watford at all, but we didn't seem to have the same bite to start off with. Of course, that changed a bit. Still the same issues where seemed much more effective on the sides, and really good play, especially on our wingers with Adama Traore. I think Trincao did well. Not so much in the middle. It's like they couldn't get the ball to Raul. That may have been different in the first half. I didn't see that. Really pleased with the debut of Huang. Maybe he could start over Trincao in the next match. I think I'd be good with that. I think Dama had some bite, just not the finish. Semedo is the great equalizer. And what I mean by that is he equalizes himself, he'll have some great play, and then he'll do a stupid and just negate the whole thing. I think everything changed with the own goal. And boy, Dave, what an own goal that was. That was just completely needless. But it changed the momentum from what I could see. Once we got on the board, even though we didn't get it, it was a matter of time. I knew we were going to get it. I really appreciate the tenacity of Huang to get that goal in. He just kept at it. Wasn't the most beautiful, wasn't the most technical, but they just kept at it. And I think that was probably what the game was about, was not losing, making sure you win, and just keep at it. So I think onward, upward. I generally feel pretty good. Still a little concerned about our middle, and I still not sure if we need to have both Neves and Moutinho start in midfield. I'd like to see one or the other. That's my thought. Onward, upward. Pleased with the 0-2 win, Wolves. Wolfman Jeff coming in.
Good evening. And a good evening it is too. The tankard is back. For regular members of this channel, we all know what that means. We've won. The tankard is back. It's been a long time, hasn't it? The main feeling is, of course, relief. Look, I kept saying I watched the game with my son and he was beginning to despair the last few games, and I've said, look, it will come right, because it has to, because while we're playing it has to come right, and it did. Look, I don't think that's our best performance of the season, but it was still dominant, and we plugged away until the goal came. Yeah, it was an own goal, but it was coming. I never felt that Watford was going to score. I really didn't. And what's really great was to see our new Korean signing get in on the act of his first goal in front of the travelling Wolves fans. Look, now, this is the starting point now. It's all we needed, a little bit of luck in front of goal. We got that, something we didn't have in the previous 3 Premier League games. We're up and running now. I'm not worried at all about this team. The next few weeks should be quite interesting. We've got a lot of winnable games, and win them, we will. It's going to be a great weekend. Watford 0, Wolves 2.
Thanks to everyone that took the time to send in a reaction for this one. Do you agree with what they got to say? Do you want to get involved with this feature on my channel? If you do, leave a comment below. Please smash a like if you enjoyed the video and consider subscribing. And don't forget to check out the match vlog from this, and it's a real good one as well. I'll leave that on the end screen for yourself. Until the next one, I'm Dazzling Dave. Always Wolves.